Okay, we're talking about small groups. So the way that small groups work, they're going to show up here on the back office side, and also if you chose to do the website side of it, they would show up there so people could actually see on your home page a list of all the different small groups. It would come up with a map icon of where they're all at, and I'll show that to you here in just a second. But the important part about small groups is they got to be accurate, they got to be up to date. Also, your small group leaders will have access to see the people that you've put into their small groups. So let's say they've got, wanted to call everybody in their small group. Let's say they wanted to send an announcement via snail mail out to everybody. They would have the addresses and be able to do all that kind of stuff. So pretty important that it's accurate and that it's kept up. So let's go ahead and add a small group. So what we're going to do, we're on section B here, which let's just go ahead and rename this to small group ministry. That way it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, we're going to add a group. So I'm just going to click this. We're going to add a child, okay, because it's going to go underneath. If you add at a top level, it would look like this up here. So we want to add a child so that it goes underneath this small group ministry. We'll just call this Aaron and Stella's small group. If I could spell. Okay, we could add a description, small group in our home. What type is it? It's a small group. Okay. If it was a small group section, then it would look like this section A here. It would want to have people underneath it. It's a small group, it's not a section. We're going to give it a part of the main campus. Anything that has a campus is just in the main campus. We're not a multi-site. So, meeting details. So let's give it a location. And so we're going to give it an address, 11152 Southeast Causey Circle, Happy Valley, Oregon. How do we meet? Well, do we meet weekly? Yes or no? We'll say we meet weekly. And we'll say that we meet on Sunday at 6 p.m. Oops. Do we allow people with special needs? Sure. Some places that wouldn't be good. They're just not equipped for it. But if they are, you can have that marked. We don't have any member attributes. Really, all this stuff is not, we don't have requirements. That would be like, so let's say they were a part of, you had a deacon. Let's say you had a group of all of your deacons together. Okay, I'm not talking about like a small group, but I'm talking about like it was a general group. All your deacons are in one group, all your elders are in a group. So if that were the case, then you would have requirements. They would meet to meet the requirements of being a deacon in order to be in that group. The rest of the stuff we're not really going to worry about right now. So we're just going to hit save. Now that that's created, you'll see a couple things. You can see the map right here of where that is at. You see what this group is, and you can start adding people to it. And from here, just like you did before. Okay. Now what are these down here? We'll go over this in more detail later. But here, obviously, we have already showed you can add people. Here, you can communicate. So this will open up the dialog box for sending text messages and emails. This, if you needed to merge everybody, which I suggest you not do because that would be bad. Bulk update. So let's say you wanted to take everybody from this group and send them to another group. You could do that. This just downloads an Excel sheet with all their info in it. And this is merge records, and I'll show you merge records here in a little bit, but this is basically for printing off address labels and things like that. Okay? So that's pretty much groups. in a nutshell. Hopefully that helps. I suggest that you keep the small groups in here, and you keep it all up to date. Let me show you real quick what it's going to look like on the small group leaders side of things. Okay, so we're going to go to admin.winnacity.org. We're going to go to the external site. This is where a small group leader would log into. Let me make myself a leader in this group first. There we go. Now I'm a leader. Okay. Hello, Aaron. Not logged in as Aaron, I'm logged in as Hackett. There we go. Okay, so I'm logged in. I'm going to go under my account. Under my account, I'm going to see the different groups that I'm a part of. So you can see that I am too in that group. No, I'm not. Admin. We need to add admin to the group as a leader. There we go. Now, I'm a leader in Aaron and Stella's small group, okay? So when I look on this, I can see where the group meets. I can see who the leaders are. I can even edit who the leaders are if I wanted to. And you see the different people. Now let's email everybody that's in the group. So when I click this, it's going to email. You can see here it's going to email everybody. I can type in my subject, boom, boom, boom. This is just me, so it's not going to make a big deal if I send that or not. But you'll see now, I go to email, my email. You're going to see that I just got an email from that group. So I can also see the address. I can see the phone numbers of all these people. So I can also take attendance. So let's say I'm sitting in the small group and I want to take attendance of the small group as a small group leader. Okay, so you can say we didn't meet that week, and it'll auto-populate right here. We didn't meet. So this is great. The small group section is really powerful, and it's really great because it enables your small group leaders to really have control of their group. They know who's there. They know their addresses. They know their phone numbers. They can communicate with them, and it kind of gives you also, like as the leaders, the ability to log in and say, I want to see what those groups are going like. How often are they meeting? Is their attendance doing well, or is there only 3 out of the 12 people that are actually attending on a regular basis? You can kind of get all that information. So pretty helpful. All right, so we're going to move on from here. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I'll be back in a minute.